Hello everyone and welcome to a Thursday. It's Thursday, April 25th. It is time to go see Endgame. Avengers Endgame is out tonight. We have tickets. We got tickets the day it came out. I don't remember if I told this already, but the morning that they came out, I was signing up Giselle for AMC A-List, thing that I have that I've been going to movies with. So she could to go see Endgame a couple times with me, and so we could go re-see Captain Marvel, and like it all be paid for under the same thing. And as soon as I did that, they went on sale like a half hour early, so I got them really quickly. And then all of AMC broke for the entire day, so I was one of the only people who got tickets that morning. It was great. We're gonna go do that in like 15 minutes here. We're gonna leave. Giselle just got out of the shower. I am extremely excited. I don't think I've ever looked forward to a movie more than I'm looking forward to this. I can't freaking wait. It feels very surreal. I can't believe we're about to go see it. We just watched Infinity War last night, and a couple movies, other movies like leading up to it, a few days before that. We were both very excited, right? You're excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're excited.
Get a giant pretzel.
We're gonna get like a giant pretzel to share together, and from the theater. So I actually have tickets to go see tonight, Friday, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Giselle and I are gonna go see it again on Sunday together. But I have tickets to go see it Friday and Saturday as well, because I already know I'm gonna want to go see it a bunch of times. I saw Infinity War 8 times in theaters. I know I'm gonna want to see this a bunch of times, so I just got myself some tickets. So real quick, for some reason I feel like I showed this in the last vlog, but I don't think I actually did. I don't think I'm just remembering incorrectly, but AMC has these like awesome popcorn buckets that they were selling early. I got one of these when I went to see Shazam, which was very good as well. But it's such a cool popcorn bucket. I didn't buy it with popcorn. I didn't want popcorn. I just wanted the bucket. I literally just went to the counter and bought it. I'm glad I got it early. I'm glad they sold them early. Oh, sorry, the battery just died. This one's about to die too, so I'll just talk very quickly. I'm really glad they got the popcorn bucket. Really glad we're going to see Endgame tonight. We'll let you know what we think of it. I'll obviously be going to see it multiple times. So, fun stuff. I don't think I've ever seen the parking lot this busy before.
I told you it'd be very
It's so
full.
packed.
Hi.
And we just got out of the movie. I took a couple of clips with my phone when we got our pretzel, and as we went to our theater.
Huge. It's like
very huge.
as big as a pizza, like a medium-sized pizza. It was the giantest pretzel I've ever seen in my
Giselle
life.
wanted to get nachos also. We didn't really eat any of the nachos
I
at
did.
all. We ate some of them, but not a lot of them at all.
I probably ate around like a third of them, maybe.
Yeah, like a little bit after eating the pretzel, we ate a few of them, and the pretzel was very filling. It was very good, but it was gigantic and delicious, but gigantic.
I don't know. It was very filling, but also on top of that, I wasn't surprised by very much in the first like third to half of the movie, and then after that is like when the action picked up, and then my stomach got very queasy because I was so anxious.
I feel like the first third of the movie is like really like putting you into the vibe of like what's happening and like setting you up for like what's going to be setting up the plot, and obviously like any movie or whatever. But like we ate the pretzel fairly quickly, and then we both just like sat there without eating or drinking anything. I didn't drink like anything hardly at all. Like past up, I was just like tense the entire time. There was so much tenseness and craziness, and I'm not going to say anything. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, other than the fact that I adored every single thing about it. I loved it. I loved it so much. I think the culmination, they did a great job bringing this era of Marvel to where it should have gone, and I loved so much about it. It was everything I wanted it to be. Personally, for me, it was everything I wanted it to be, and I can't wait to see it again a million more times, and I'm going to.
I only sobbed for about 20 minutes during the movie. Did you cry at all?
A little, yeah, I did. And Giselle during some parts would like grab my hand, and we were like, I would go for her hand at the same time. We would squeeze each other's hands, be like, oh my gosh. There's just like so much stuff that happens that's just like, you just gotta hold on to something.
We must be so annoying to sit by though, because
our combined laughs are just awful together, like amongst other people. With us, with just us, it's great. We love it. I love Giselle's laugh and she loves my laugh.
They're very
together in a theater,
loud.
Especially when we're the loudest people laughing at a certain moment.
Even the only people laughing at certain moments. There's so many things we laughed at that like nobody else was.
Other people laughed at, but
very few people were laughing at.
People just like laugh like ha ha ha. You're like ha ha. We'd be like ha ha. We just have crazy laughs, and you'll have seen that when we were with Judith and Morgan, that we have crazy laughs, and we can't help it, and our laughs echoed in the theater.
There were a lot of times though where like a ton of people were laughing really loudly, and we weren't being over the top, but there were a lot of times when we were just like the only two people
making loud
belching
noises.
Laughter.
Yeah.
So that was quite amusing. I felt so bad for the girl sitting next to me, but she
probably startled her.
she was great though. I liked sitting next to her because she was like so like tense through the whole thing, and you could just tell. And she was like, oh my gosh, and she was like doing the same stuff we were doing. So that was fun. Anyway,
nice.
Chris isn't gonna be able to go to sleep tonight until like 4 a.m. Who wants to bed?
We'll see. And so it is literally like a week later. May the 4th be with you. I have now gone and seen Endgame 7 times, and I'm gonna go see it again tonight for an 8th time. I don't think I can explain properly how much I just want to do nothing but sit in the theater and just watch it over and over and over and over again all day and night long. But obviously I can't do that, so I've gone to see it as many times as I could, and I love it. I love everything about it, and I'm really excited to go see it again tonight. I don't know. I'll probably cool it after tonight. I probably won't go again for, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe later on this month I'll want to go again. I'm sure I will, but I think I'm going to cool it for now. One quick thing I wanted to mention that I have been thinking about, and that that's something that's starting on Monday, is that I think I want to go back to keto. I don't think I'm going to go back to keto. I literally just edited the vlog. I've edited a couple vlogs today. I've released one today, which is great. Feeling really good and feeling really motivated to get them out. I have been off keto for like a month now, and I have enjoyed it in the way that like I love food. I've always loved food. I love carbs. I love like desserts and baked goods and just delicious things. And yes, eating more normally over the past month has been very tasty. I don't feel as good as I did when I was on keto. Now, okay, so I don't know, over the past month I have been eating more of like a normal kind of diet. What I would consider to be more normal, with like a normal amount of carbs and stuff. And Giselle and I have had a couple things, like we had sushi when we went to Maryland. We've ordered pizza once. I have had Taco Bell once, I think, when like one day at work when I didn't have anything for lunch. A couple times at work, people have brought some things in, like cookies or something. I've had a couple of those and stuff like that. But like, it's been pretty normal and consistent, and I've really tried to stay at least in like calorie-wise where I want to be. But I just feel really like bloated all the time, and just more like full and more like puffed up, I guess. I haven't really gained any weight, just like a little bit, like to be expected, because when you're on keto, like you don't really hold water, so like I've probably gained some water weight. But in general, I just feel like really bloated all the time, and really, I don't know. I'm not enjoying the way that I feel as much as I was on keto. I really like the way I felt on keto now that I'm looking back and like directly comparing the two. And I think I want to go back on keto for a little while. I think maybe for like the first little bit it won't be as strict, because I think I'll have to take a couple cheat days. We are going on a little trip next weekend, and then my birthday is the following week, May 16th, and we're probably going to go out to dinner for that. But after that, I think I'll probably do pretty strict again. Probably not restricting my calories, as much as I was before, because I still want to go to the gym every day, like cardio and weightlifting. I still want to go to the gym every day. So maybe I won't like have the calorie deficit that I was having before, and just, you know, eat keto foods and like see how I feel. I kind of want to try that for a little while and see how it goes. Because like I said, I really love that kind of food, like the delicious kind of food that you can just like eat when you're not following a specific set of rules for like what you're eating. And I enjoy the act of eating it, but after I eat stuff like on a normal basis, on a daily basis, I just don't feel as good as I did. So like I said, yeah, I'm going to go back to keto. And I don't want to keep talking about it for too long, because I don't want to be that person who just like constantly talks about their diet all the time. But I just thought I would let you know. That's something that I literally just edited the vlog where I talked about stopping. That was like a month ago, and now it's today, and I think I'm going to go back. I am just like thinking about how we're going to go on the cruise later this year, and then Disney World a month after that. We're going to have plenty of delicious food during those vacations. I won't restrict myself at all. Just go all out and like eat whatever I want. So like if I ever like crave something, sometimes I do have like cravings, like pretty often I have cravings for like delicious things, and I just like think I can just think to myself, in a few months I have like 2 vacations basically back to back where I can eat whatever I want, and it's gonna be tons of delicious stuff. So just hold out, just be patient, and you can enjoy that stuff then. Do keto now and just feel better on a daily basis. And yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. I thought I would let you know that. Do kind of a quick turnaround on stopping and then starting again.
So I've got to like the breaking point with my hair where I despise literally everything about it. So I'm going to cut it off. We'll see how this goes. This is definitely going to be the shortest that I've ever had my hair since I was like 5. I have a picture. Here's what I looked like when I was 5 and I had the short hair. I haven't had short hair since then. Like, this is really short for me. But I'm going to try to describe what's really bothering me right now. So basically everything from here down has been bleached before, and it's dead, and it's dry, and it's unrepairable, it's frizzy, it like is so dead at the ends that like it just doesn't want to do anything and look nice at all. And I just want like my normal hair that is not bleached. So I think I'm just going to try to cut off everything that's been bleached. And I'm probably going to ruin it, and it's probably going to look terrible. But I literally don't feel like I can take any more time with my hair like this, because it's making me so anxious and annoyed. And I figure as long as it's long enough that I can pull my bangs back and keep my bangs off my face and just be able to pin this part of my hair. If it's short, that's fine. And if I really need to get it off my neck, I can just take it in basically 2 tufts. Christopher recently shaved the back of my head, by the way, and didn't put the guard on, so it's completely shaved in the back. But I can easily, even if it's a couple inches shorter than it is right now, I can easily just basically split it down the middle and twist it. And that should mostly keep the hair in. And then like put it in a bun up here if I need to like keep these hairs off. And I think that will work alright if I have to get it off in order to like put stuff on my neck or whatever. I should probably be doing this with my hair recently washed, but I'm not washing it just to cut it because nobody got time for that. And I feel like this is really accentuating how like dry and gross it is right here. Another thing I'm also hating about my hair right now is that if I don't style it, I look like I'm from the 70s. It's a little bit flat right now because it's greasy, but basically when I push my hair back like this, it like naturally falls in this like awkward like middle part that looks something like this. So not attractive. And then it's kind of like poofy on top usually, and I look like I could be in the 70s, and it's kind of like wispy and like flipped out at the ends. Almost like a mix between like 70s when it's really like flowing wispy, but like this it almost looks like more like 2007, if you feel me, right? This is totally 2007, 2006, like middle school. Oof, so bad. Oh my gosh. And also because the ends have been bleached, they don't want to hold on to the color of the hair dye that I've been putting on it. So my hair is this really like pretty like purpley tinted red, and it's very subtle. It's not intense at all, and I think it fades really nicely from my natural hair color into this like slightly red color, and then it just turns orange at the ends, and I can't get it to hold on to a color. Down here it holds on to the color better because this part was not as bleached, so like this part down here more towards the base is like a darker red, but again it turns into this like orange color at the end. Another thing that I hate about it, and I'm just like so done. I think I'm actually gonna get a mirror if I can find it and get it set up right here so that I can see like the back of my head, and that way I can start at the back and then work my way up to the top. See how short my hair gets. And if I really hate it and totally butcher everything and it looks awful, today's Saturday night, I can go to a hairdresser tomorrow or over the next few days and be like, can you please fix whatever I did to my hair? But at least I'm getting the dead hair off, and I feel like that will just help with me feeling better and getting an idea, because I don't even know what to do with my hair at this point because I'm not sure how short it's going to end up when I cut off all the dead hair. My feeling is that it's going to be pretty short, but I'm also hoping that if the dead hair is gone, that curling it will be easier, because right now with the dead hair, every time I curl it, it's just getting deader and grosser even when I use a heat protectant, and it just like feels awful every time I curl it. But I feel like if I have this piece of hair and it's only this long instead of however long this is, I should still be able to curl a little bit, and I can give my hair a little bit of volume, like texture, and I should be fairly easy to style and fairly comfortable. So anyway, I'm gonna go find a mirror, gonna get that set up, and gonna watch more Star Kid, because why would I not?
This is the morning Hatchetfield News with Dan and Donna.
They said he wouldn't make it, that he had fallen from too great a height. But this little guy beat the odds and captured our hearts. Now weighing in at almost 10 ounces, peanuts. The Hatchetfield pocket squirrel has outgrown his adopted father's pocket.
Anyway, you get the gist. It looks terrible. I'm aware. I'm just gonna keep snipping away at it and hopefully get it looking less horrible, but already just at least how it feels, I'm about 8 million times happier with it, and I'm really glad I did it. Just like not having all those like excruciating dead ends, it feels incredible. I really wish that this part at the front was not like as bleached, but it doesn't feel dead, so I'm gonna let it live for now because I don't want to have like bang bangs. I still want to be able to do stuff with my hair a little bit, but just the feel, a million times better. I'm gonna keep working at it. I probably should take a shower at this point and then try cutting it wet. So anyway, I'll let you know how it looks in the end. Also, this is the aftermath. Look at all that gross orange hair that is now gone forever. Good riddance, I hate you. So this is how my hair looks. Curled. Yeah, it's very short. And I don't know, it's a little bit chunky, but again, it will like naturally fade itself a bit, and then I can keep touching it up as I see fit, but it feels so soft and not crunchy and horrible, and I don't know. I don't like love it. Is it the hairstyle that I want? No. Is it the best out of like what I feel like I could have right now? Yeah. I think it is, because ideally I would have hair down to here so I can curl it and it would be white and not crunchy. That would be my ideal hair, but since that's not gonna happen anytime soon, making the best of what I have. I am kind of annoyed though that I haven't bleached my hair since July, and I don't have very much root growth since July. Like, what is that, maybe 2 inches where there's been no bleach at all? Like, kind of sad. It's not even half an inch a month. Not a lot. And I've started taking vitamin E oil, I believe, or vitamin B, one of those two. I started taking, and I'm hoping that will help with my hair growth, but I just started, so it's not made any sort of difference yet. But anyway, there's my hair curled. It's very short. I feel very like 20s right now. 20s with like a total undercut. So anyway, the end. I'm currently in the Taco Bell drive-thru because I've left the house, which is a rare turn of events for me. I am going out with a friend, and I didn't eat any food yet today. Well, a little bit of food, but like not real food. So I'm stopping and getting food. But we are gonna go to a bookstore, a Massachusetts bookstore that I've never been to before, which is, let's be real, all of them, because I never leave the house. And we're gonna walk around for a bit and just like browse this bookstore. I believe it's a used bookstore, and I'm at the Taco Bell that's literally like 2 minutes away from it. I just saw someone get one of those like frozen drinks, and I really wish I'd ordered one, but I don't need it, and it's cold outside. So anyway, I'm gonna get Taco Bell and then walk around a lovely bookstore. Okay, so I just got out of the bookstore. It's called the Shire Bookshop, and it's very cute. The used bookstore. I never would have found it if it wasn't for my friend, so thanks. She didn't want to be on the vlog, which, I mean, totally understandable. It's awkward enough for me to vlog without like dragging someone else into it. I can't even imagine someone being like, be on my vlog, when I don't think she has ever watched it. I don't even know if she knew that I had a YouTube channel, which is like, I don't disclose it to a lot of people. So I'm on my way home now, and pretty much as soon as I get home I have my live stream. But I figured I'd talk about the books that I bought because I found some fun stuff, and it was, I don't know, it falls into the traps that I feel like a lot of used bookstores does, where they definitely overprice a lot of books. But I mean, that's kind of just the name of the game with used bookstores. So some of the books were very reasonably priced, and I was very happy with their prices. And then some were like ridiculously priced, were like almost brand new book, like came out within the past 2 years, is still in print, still widely available, list price $18. They were selling it for $20. Like, there were quite a few instances like that where I'm like, you're pricing this book that is not rare, is not special, is not anything more than the list price, which is really obnoxious. They do have a perpetual like 20% off though, so the book would have only been like $18, but nevertheless it's quite silly to do that in my opinion. Let's talk about the positives though. They did have some very reasonably priced books though. Most of their like hardcover or paperback books that were like trade were around the $10 to $15 mark. Some of them were closer to $20. And then their mass market paperbacks were around, I don't know, $2.50 to like $6, which most of them were around like $4, which I personally, again, like hurts my soul a little bit to spend $4 on like a mass market paperback. But I don't know, the thing with used bookstores is that then I choose what I'm comfortable spending on certain types of books, and then that's what I choose to buy. So I bought reasonably priced trade paperbacks because I feel like that's the best deal for me personally of like what I'm willing to spend. So let's talk about them. The first thing that I got is the 12 Days of Christmas illustrated by Jan Brett, and it's just these adorable Jan Brett 12 Days of Christmas book, and it is so cute, and it has Jan's classic illustrations, and it was just a pleasure to find. And I don't even know if I knew that that existed, but apparently it does, and it was a delight. I was walking around with a Trina Sharp-Hyman book for a while that was The Story of St. George and the Dragon, and it's beautifully illustrated. That was one of my favorites growing up, and I think that's actually my mom's favorite children's illustrated book ever. She loves that version. Trina Sharp-Hyman is just gorgeous. But I know that book is still in print, and it was a paperback. It was a bit damaged, and it was like $4, so I decided not to get that one. But I was very tempted by it because I don't own it, but I can just check it out from the library, and actually I think I have it on hold at the library currently, so I will just read that instead and then pick it up when I find it for a little bit better of a price for me personally. And I think I'd prefer to own her books in hardcover anyway. Next book that I got. So this is a book about doctors. I don't know who the author is, but you can see what it is right here. And this is like a bit of an impulse buy, but I really want to read more books about like the history of medicine and stuff, because I think it's really interesting. And I was looking for a different book about history of medicine called Aspirin. I think it's called The Making of like the Wonder Drug or something. And this book was one that they had instead, and I'm like, that sounds good to me, so I picked that one up. They had it in hardcover as well, and the hardcover is actually only $10, but I decided to go with the paperback because it was like closer to $5, which is, I don't know, like paperbacks are easier to read, so I was like, I'll go with that one instead. So the next book that I ended up getting was The Beak of a Finch. Again, I don't see the author on this one, but I'm actually just about to read H is for Hawk. It's actually on my TBR for the next couple weeks, and I'm so excited to read it. It's on my 5-star prediction. I just feel like I'm going to love that book, and even if I don't love it, I feel like I will really, really like it a lot. So I wanted something to kind of like replace that once I read H is for Hawk, something to read next if I want to continue my book bird reading journey. So that's why I picked that one up. It has really excellent reviews. I feel like it has it's won some kind of like literary prize, and I just heard really positive things about it. I know it's also on Olive's TBR, so she hasn't read it yet. If you guys are unaware somehow and don't watch A Book Olive, she's a phenomenal booktuber who really loves books about birds, and she makes me want to read all the books about birds. So she hasn't read that one yet, but I know it's on her TBR and that she's interested in reading it. So, and then the last book that I got is The Crystal Cave, and I do know the author on this one. It's Mary Stewart, and this is a King Arthur retelling. It's the first book in, I think, a quintet potentially, and I've been meaning to buy and read this book for many years and haven't done it yet, but I'm very interested in reading Mary Stewart, and I've heard good things about her books in general, not just King Arthur, but that's the first book in the series, so when I found it for a very good price, I was very happy because I actually just tried to read a different, like, Arthurian legend book very recently and didn't like it at all and ended up DNFing it. It was The True Queen, The Lost Queen. I think it was The Lost Queen by Signe Pike, and I didn't like it. I thought it was very boring. I only got like 60 pages into it. It was boring. The writing was a little bit annoying, and the main character is a child for the first part of the book, and children in adult books as main characters are just usually really obnoxious, and she was so obnoxious, and there were just like a lot of things about that didn't work for me at all, unfortunately. So I feel like I need to replace it on my King Arthur shelf, because now there's a gap where that book was, because I got rid of it because I didn't like it. This is my review of this bookstore. Oh gosh, what was it called? The Shire Bookstore. It was so cute, and like it was just like really lovely being in there, and I love supporting like local places. The people that were working in there were adorable and very helpful. We did ask a couple questions about like where to find certain books, and she was very helpful and nice and gave suggestions, and was great, and I recommend it if you are in the area. It's not one of those places that like if you didn't live within like an hour radius of it, or if you weren't going to be like very close to it, I don't know if I would say it's like worth going to. It's not like something where it's not like a destination bookshop, in my opinion. It wasn't like the most thrilling thing ever, but it was very cute and very cozy, and like I said, they were just like very nice people, and they for the most part had some pretty reasonably priced stuff. I'm just a giant cheapskate, so I don't want to spend money on anything. So I think that's more of just like a me issue rather than it actually being an issue with like the pricing of the books. Although, like I said, there were a few that were like overpriced. Like not even just like I thought they were like expensive for what they were genuinely over the price of the book for like a non-rare book. They definitely had a better like non-fiction selection than they did of a fiction selection. The fiction selection honestly was pretty lacking. They had like a whole section on like birds and then insects and different species of animals. They had like a geology section. Like parts of it honestly felt more like a library than it did a bookstore, which I think is rad because it really did feel more like a library than a bookstore, except for you get to buy the books and keep them, which is sick. So anyway, but now Chris and I have a bookstore that we can go to if we feel like going out on a little bookish date. It's just cute and it's fun. I'm really excited to take Christopher. So update on my hair. It still looks stupid as frick, but as long as it's curled, you can't tell.
It doesn't look stupid as frick.
It does.
Like it.
Right now,
It looks fine.
it looks stupid.
Well, we're gonna end the vlog off here with some.
I'm cleaning Christopher's nose because he gets a lot of oils on it.
Well, she's gonna put something on it. What are you putting on it?
A face mask?
You should show them what it is.
I will show them what it is. The reason I'm using a washcloth and turning him into Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is because it exfoliates at the same time. Isn't that so handy?
Is it?
Don't you think so? So this is what I'm going to put on. Natural Pack. It's the only words I can read on
Yeah,
it.
we don't know what it actually says, but it's apparently good for your... Well, we've used it before on my nose. She's used it before on her nose and on my nose. She loves doing this. I don't know why, but it gets stuff out of my nose, basically.
Because it gets so much out of your nose. Because you have rather large pores, my dear.
I have a rather large nose that has rather large pores.
Oh, what large pores you have, my dear.
But basically, why the camera is set up for this is that while we end the vlog here, I just want to tell you about something that's happening. I'm going to be starting to live stream again on Twitch very soon here. I'm going to be starting Wednesday, May 22nd. And I'm really excited for this series that I'm about to do. We did all of Kingdom Hearts, and it was a lot of time. It was 14 hours a week. That's not what this is going to be at all. I promise. Anyone who saw that and was like, there's no way I'm doing that or participating in that at all, I totally understand. I am going to be streaming starting Wednesday, May 22nd. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to noon. So that's 4 hours a week. It's not that bad. It's only 2 streams a week, and they will be uploaded immediately to our YouTube channel as well, our gaming channel, which is Rhodes Plays. All the links for all the stuff will be down below. I'm going to be playing a game called The Last of Us, which is like basically a post-apocalyptic kind of game. Now, I know Kingdom Hearts is kind of a very niche thing. Like, it's Disney and Final Fantasy put together. It's very weird. I understand that. It's very strange. And there was a huge series, a lot of games, a lot of time commitment. And I completely get that. But this one, it's just one game. It's a lot more story-driven. And I know a lot of you follow us because you love to read. You love books as much as we do. You came to us because of BookTube, because of our BookTube channels. And I know you love stories. Some of you might like, I know some of you love movies. I love storytelling in all its forms. And this game has one of my favorite stories ever. And like the experience of playing it, I want very badly to share with people. I think people will really enjoy the story and really enjoy experiencing it and really get attached to the characters. The characters are great. The writing is great. The game mechanics are great as well. They add a lot to the game. It's a whole lot of fun. I think if you gave it a shot, you would really like it.
I can attest to that. I don't know, like, I'm not personally a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts. Like, it's just not for me, which is fine, and I understand that Chris really loves it, but just doesn't work for me on a lot of levels. But I did watch Christopher play through all of The Last of Us a couple years ago.
A few years ago, yeah.
And I really liked it, and I stuck out almost the entire thing. Like, I would leave occasionally when it got like a little bit too scary for me, because it is a horror game.
It's a horror, quote unquote. It's the main point of it is the story-driven nature of it, the characters. There's a lot of really great tenseness to it. There's a lot of anxiousness in it and suspense in it, and which is fantastic for me personally. I love that.
A lot of the anxiousness just comes from it being a part, and you know that like if you die, you restart and try again. Over, so it's like not life or death or anything. So like I don't like anxious situations. So occasionally if he was like having trouble getting through a section, I'd just like peace out for like 20 minutes. I'd come back and he would be through it, and then I'd be fine. But the story was so good that I did keep coming back. The characters are great, and it's a very emotional game. A
lot of games that have stories, in my opinion, that are very story driven have interesting stories, but they're very badly written. I've experienced so many story-driven games that are just like not well written at all. Like the dialogue is awful. It just doesn't sound natural at all. But the dialogue in this game is so natural and works so well, and the characters feel so real.
And it gets tedious and drawn out. So even if the story is good, you're like it's
in other games, it's like
drawn out. Where like this one is usually very fast-paced.
It's fast-paced, and there's always something happening and a new way to move the story forward, and it's just so much fun.
And the music.
The music is
beautiful.
Is great. The whole package together, it's literally like watching a movie for a long period of time with some really great characters. I think people who like stories, who like reading especially, would love this. It has a whole extra element of like me playing it, and if you like me, then maybe hopefully that'll add something to it.
That's probably why you're here.
Hopefully that'll add something to it, but anyway, all I want to say is come give it a shot, at least for the first stream, May 22nd at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. That's when it starts. Come for the first part. Come get hooked, and I think you'll really like it. Come for the first part at least and see if you like it, and if you do, then stick around for the whole thing. But
it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be really fun. With that though, I think that's the end of this vlog. I'm gonna leave this on for how long does this stay on for? Like a half hour?
Yeah.
Something like that. And she's gonna rip it off and feel really satisfied, and I'm gonna go ow, and
it's gonna be great. Go ow. It doesn't hurt.
It's gonna be great. Thanks so much for watching. This is the image I'll leave you with. Good night. Goodbye.